What's going on, everybody? So this is my first podcast interview. Today we're going to have an awesome interview with someone that I really like a lot as a person and as a creator. His name is Yangello, and he will be joining shortly. So let's wait for him. Yo, what's going on? I think you're muted.
There we go. Now I am not muted.
What's up, man?
Not much. How are you?
Good, man. I'm excited that you're here. I wanted to
Thank
do
you.
this for a
I'm
while.
excited to be involved.
Yeah. So why don't you introduce yourself for everybody?
Yeah, sure. My name is Yangello. I live 20 minutes outside of Philadelphia. I'm currently going to Seton Hall University, study business. Follows up with a previous brand deal I had with Sony Music's Red Music label, which is now called The Orchard, due to the fact that Red Music closed its operations. It was with Sony from October 2018 to November 2019. I own a company called Forever, a music festival called Forever Fest. We specialize in concerts, clothing, artist management, music distribution, that type of stuff.
Yeah. And so you're what, only 17, 18?
I am 18, yes.
So, I mean, props to you that, you're already on Forbes, inclusive, I forget what the name of the website was. I read a couple of your articles.
Or something.
Yeah, it's really impressive. So props to you.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that as a young kid, you can't really get too far until you're, over the age of 18 or 21, but it's impressive to see how far you've come, and it inspires me. I'm sure a lot of other people to follow their dreams at a young age. So first off, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So, as a person with 130,000 followers on Instagram, which is impressive in itself, I think it's really impressive that you're just still humble. You just treat everybody the same, you've texted me and all that stuff. You don't treat me like a fan or whatever. So thank you for that as well. I'm kind of going off on a rant, but
you're good.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem at all. When I first started to take what I do seriously, I got mixed feedback from a lot of people. Some people were always super welcoming, nice, friendly people willing to talk and offer advice. I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
But I also saw a fair share of people who were definitely really full of themselves and really self-centered.
Yeah.
And it was just, so I never wanted to act like that or be like that.
And one of your the second article that I read, it began with the I still can't remember, but it said that you're down to earth and nice to your fans, and I could agree with that. So as a person who does like music and influencing and stuff, I try to do that as well. So it's cool to see like-minded people, because I know a lot of people who, when they get the tiniest bit of clout, they think they're the biggest celebrity in the world. It gets to be really annoying. So just wanted to put that out there.
Definitely, I agree.
So first off, I have a list of questions here. I'm just going to ask, interject at any time. So what inspired you to start what you're doing? How young were you when you started? When did you find out you had a passion for videos and stuff like that?
I always love explaining this, especially going into college. I've said this story, how everything kind of fell into place for me, less than 10 times. So I started Forever in 2017. At the time, I was about 15 years old. I started as a clothing brand. For those that don't know how it's spelled, it's just Forever with a little asterisk at the end of it. The symbolism behind the asterisk is something I also get asked for a lot, so I'll kind of delve into that a little bit and then explain how that shifted into what I do today. The simple answer for why the asterisk is there is because we like it there. It's different, it's unique. There's no other company I could think of that does it. Even, as I look at like Forever stickers, we have the little asterisk right there on the end. So it's always really neat to see something a little bit different from time to time. And I think that's a strong message that we go for.
I think Forever is, obviously a common word, but with the asterisks, I think it adds more style to like the shirts and stuff. Like, it's just little things,
Definitely.
So I think that's
absolutely
cool. Definitely
Absolutely.
looking to. Did you start the ambassador program yet? I know we were talking about that.
I did not have a chance to do really anything with that. I want to get my roommate here involved with that because he's in a similar situation. I'm wanting to get more involved. So I feel like that'll be a good place to start.
Yeah.
But as for how Forever kind of developed into what it is and what I did to start, back in 2018, around September, time of Made in America, you're familiar with Made in America. I had a couple thousand followers on Instagram, nothing too crazy. Most of my content was travel related, so it was very different than what it was today. I ended up sneaking my camera into Made in America with one of my followers from Canada.
Wow.
His name's Dawson.
Yeah.
Dawson. I say Lavelle, but it's local.
So you can't have cameras in there. It's not allowed.
You need a media pass or
Okay.
wristband.
Yeah.
The same way Forever does it as well. We snuck our cameras in. It was the first experience I had with concert photography.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like I'm in love with this. Like I think I really found what I enjoy. I like being involved with live events. I like throwing live events. I like attending live events. So we snuck in, took videos, posted them. The video on my page did pretty well. I think it has about a little under maybe 16,000 views and about 50 some thousand impressions. So it did pretty well for that. From that point on, I ended up meeting somebody named Malik, who I talk to occasionally, not as much as I should. I met him in line. He asked why I was having the camera, what I was doing. I showed him some of my content at the time. I was like, yeah, like this is what I do. I had a clothing company and whatnot. He was like, I should connect you with my friend at Sony. Which shout out to Malik and shout out to Ellen Wilson, my former manager at Sony. Nicest, most helpful individual, best overseer for someone to kind of guide me through such a big company. So shout out to her. So by the next month I was with Sony, Sony's Red Music label. And that really kind of opened up my eyes to how you actually promote music.
Yeah.
I got a chance to work with a lot of different artists who I'm sure we'll talk about that at some point as well. And yeah, I mean, a year later, the deal expired, like 11 months later, or 13 months later, or something like that. It was not renewed on account of the fact that Red Music was no longer a thing. Discussions with the Orchard about a future deal, but that's also another conversation. And from that point on, my following just grew big time, thanks to them and my consistency and posting that I had for a really long time, trying to get that consistency back up. I'm ranting a little bit myself, but it's a pretty crazy story when I think back on it.
Yeah. I definitely did want to go to Made in America 2018 or 2019, I forget, but I wasn't allowed to, unfortunately. And that goes.
I understand
that goes with a lot of like with shows anywhere, in Philly and stuff, because my parents are very serious about that. But I obviously respect their decisions, and hopefully by the time I reach 18 or older, we can eventually. I would love to go to one of your Forever Fests. I'm sure it's going to be biggest thing since Made in America. I mean, within a few years, considering the growth you've had. So yeah, I definitely love to work on it. Sure, probably going to buy some merch. So
thank you.
I want to let you know that.
How old are you now?
16.
16 now. Okay. 16 was the age I was when I went to Made in America for the first time. Obviously, you don't even have the opportunity to right now with the COVID, but yeah, my first year was as a sophomore in high school.
Yeah. So and we live relatively close to each other. I think I'm not gonna discuss on public stuff where we live, but I think your school is kind of close to my school. If
well, former school. No.
Former school.
Now
yes.
I'm a little farther away, closer to New York. So.
Oh, you're in New York now? Is that where Seton Hall is?
It's like 20 minutes outside of New York. 20-minute
Okay.
train ride or something like that.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, I mean, I do like all the stuff you have, like the designs and stuff that are really nice. So keep up with that. Hoping I can eventually be an ambassador and help you grow, help me grow, all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff. So
for sure.
on to our next question. So like, did you realize you had a passion for videos at Made in America? Like, was that your defining moment, or was it before that? Was it at a really young age, or
Yeah, it was definitely at Made in America. I, the just overall excitement and anticipation of being there, spending time there, getting the crowd involved. Like I wasn't officially working with Made in America 2018.
sorry,
I did media there. Like I wasn't really supposed to be, but I did. And looking back on it, if because Dawson and I were going to go to the festival anyway, just for fun,
yeah,
so it would be cool to go. If we didn't sneak those cameras in, I really don't know if I would be where I am now.
that's crazy. It's a crazy thing to
Who
think
would have
about,
thought?
but
Yeah,
that's really cool. I know, definitely. There's always that one moment that you look back on and still gives you chills. What
yeah,
would have happened if I hadn't done this? And that happens for me as well. Sure, it happens for everybody. I hope it happens for everybody. So I did look at your YouTube channel, and you have some really good content. First off,
thank
but I
you.
noticed you haven't really. I'm not gonna trying to figure out how to word this. Um, all right, so are you gonna take YouTube more like seriously? Because I know you put a lot of time to Instagram, and with your YouTube videos you do as well, but you don't have too many videos. I don't see you promoting too much on your Instagram page, which is obviously fine because Instagram is where you get the most impressions anyway. But are you thinking about expanding to other platforms? I know you have a private TikTok, and if you're looking to expand on that, post videos there. So I just want to get your
Yeah. So obviously the badge on Instagram was an awesome milestone. I've been verified on TikTok for a while too. Um, but I've only ever posted one video on there. The only reason why I was able to get that done is because my publicist has such a good connection with TikTok. There's a girl in my school actually who has 2 million some followers. You already know who I'm
Million,
talking about? Yeah.
Jada Go
So
Million.
how do you know who that is?
Follow her on TikTok, her and her brother.
Yeah, she's like right in the building next to me.
Actually,
Um,
crazy. Are you guys friends or?
I've had like a few conversations with her. It's tough. Like if we wanted to, we can hang out because the dorm buildings aren't allowed to like hang out with each other because of COVID. It's like super strict. But to answer your question, I really don't ever promote my YouTube. You're right. I have a few friends here that are actually in a frat and they want to do like frat style content. So I do want to start to do YouTube a little bit more seriously. I think he and I have a good personality for that type of thing.
Certainly.
At some point, what do you think? Here it is. So,
Who's that?
yeah,
You want
that is Evan, my roommate.
Evan?
He says hello, but I have an earphone, so yeah, there you go. But yeah, I think there will definitely be a point after I can plan out a little bit better of how I want to actually go about promoting it, how often I
Yeah.
want to post that type of thing.
Yes. I actually got back into YouTube about a month ago, and I'm posting some stuff. But the way I saw it is, you to have good video like likes and follows and stuff like that, you have to have some good editing. You already have that down, so just the content, stuff like that, gonna put you on
Absolutely.
top. Um, so um, so like, what was your first like wow moment? Like, I really made it. Like, this is actually like this is possible. Like there's that one moment that
That's an awesome question.
because I saw sorry to interrupt, but I saw the video where Lil Skies dapped you up, and I was just like, that's crazy. You know, I've never
Yeah, I was pretty close with Skies' DJ for a bit. He's a super, super, super genuine nice guy. So he really opened up the door for me to do the behind the scenes thing that I did with Skies, and also get in and get the media access to that concert, the
yeah,
Skies concert. Um, I don't think that was my first moment of thinking like, wow, like I really, really made it or whatever.
Mm.
I think my very first moment was working with Dreamville Festival, which was April of 2019. What was that? Yeah, it was April of 2019. Working with Black again, getting photos of them being on stage in front of, what is it, like 80,000, 40,000, tons of people, with over 1 million people on a live stream. It was, to be in that position, and be fortunate enough to actually be there and take photos in front of all those people and to get some killer shots, it was really, really awesome.
Yeah. I see your photos on Instagram all the time, as you probably know. I follow you, obviously. But yeah, you definitely kind of hard to explain, but you really like embody the emotion of the picture with like your editing, stuff like that. So that's really cool. I think that's like another element to it, because just taking a normal picture doesn't always do the justice of the situation.
Exactly.
Your videos, the song choices, and all that stuff, the editing is everything. Like it's really
Yeah.
impressive. So
That's actually, thank you very much for noticing that. It's, I want anything that I post to provoke emotion, even if it's just like the photo. Like, I posted a photo from right behind me. The coloring that we used on that, I still wanted to try to send like a message across of like, a lot of people know me for concerts and everything else, but like, here is me now transitioning into, I mean, like a brand new chapter that I am not fully familiar with, college. So, let me fix this real fast. But yeah.
I think I noticed how you do all the little things. I think that's what puts your content over the top, and you're very like detail intrigued, and I think that's what sets you apart from the rest. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's easier to just skip over little things, but I wouldn't call myself a perfectionist at all, but I don't want someone to see a piece of content by me and think like, that's not really as good as it could be. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah. So
Yeah.
really impressive. Do you have any like crazy stories that you want to tell us about, anything that you did as far as Sony and videos and
Yeah, for sure. I'll just name a couple, and if you want to actually delve into detail, into any, just let me know. We'll delve deeper into it. Trippy Red, at all of his concerts, he takes blunts from his fans and like take hits of his fans' blunts, which is really
yeah,
cool.
I watched that. I watched that.
Yeah. Talking extensively with Zed is really cool.
Really?
To send Zed forever stuff. He gave me his actual home address, which is pretty freaking cool. And for him to like want me to take photos for him is pretty cool. Obviously, the time with Skies is different as well. Going on Black's tour bus with David, shout out David, for everything that you do for Forever, man. Extremely grateful for you. Jumping the fence after filming for Travis Scott, or not, I didn't film for Travis Scott. It was just taking pictures of Travis Scott. Well, I guess I took a few videos at the same time, but it was mostly pictures. Filming like behind Tyler Yahweh with the crowd right in front of him was absolutely insane to get like the crowd's perspective of things. Camping at Firefly was pretty insane.
You want to expand on that?
Yeah. So I worked for Firefly. Like I was employed by Firefly in 2019.
Yeah.
They gave me 2 VIP passes, a photo pit pass, and a media pass.
Yeah.
We can break down wristbands later if you'd like to, but I brought my one friend. Can you still hear me?
My bad.
You're good.
I was listening. Yeah.
So the day before, I brought my friend Sam. I texted Sam. I went to grade school with Sam, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to Firefly. Like, do you want to come tomorrow?" They gave me tickets. We rolled up to the will call, and it's swamped with people. I mean, there's people everywhere. But there's, at every festival, I think you're muted, by the way. At every festival, there's a staff check-in. So we were able to just go right up and get our wristbands and the parking pass without having to wait in a line. We then pulled up to the perfect spot on the campsite. The people were already moved in and whatnot, but we got this spot with like this little like marsh right behind for privacy. There was no cars in our left or right. And we just lived in the car. No idea who's calling me. I'm gonna ignore that obviously, but it's ringing in my ears, so I just want to decline that really fast. There we go. So where was I? Oh yeah. Just kind of being involved with like the culture of Firefly. It was my first camping festival. Okay. So like living out of my car for 3 days was like, it was just a really neat experience. The silent discos at 4 a.m. and like just so chill working with the DJs on their stage and whatnot.
What's a silent disco? What is that?
So silent disco is, they do them really late at night, so people that still want to have fun and party or whatever can, while other people sleep. So at like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, you have these people with headphones on, and now with COVID, it sounds insane, but people just have these headphones on. You just show up, grab a pair of headphones. There's 2 DJs, and you just like hit a button and you can go back and forth between their stations. So they have on headphones too, and you can't actually hear anything when headphones are off, but when they're on, like everyone's wearing them, so everyone can just hear the music.
That's a really good concept. Yeah. So from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but Firefly is mostly like kind of like indie and not as much like rap, like Made in America. Is that right? So
it's bounced back and forth. This 2020 lineup was admittedly very bad, in my opinion. I did not really like it. So.
Yeah. Was that any different, you know, having to film for, I guess, more of a calmer type environment rather than Made in America, which is clearly very excited and
yeah, no doubt. It was. Lots of the crowds were still, I mean, there was Gunna, there was Travis Scott, Post Malone, Tyler Yahweh, tons of hip hop acts were still there. So I was not going to work with the 2020 lineup, but 2019 was still very hip hop friendly.
Yeah.
I think the difference there was I got more experience with EDM.
Yeah.
So people are like, if they're even classified as EDM, like DJ 4B, Zed, those types of Kygo, those types of people. Are you in a class? Do you want me to leave? Okay. Continue.
All right. So I guess that, do you have any celebrities or any people in general that I guess celebrities that you're really like you're close with, or people that you just had a really nice, genuine experience with? Any favorite ones that stick out?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, Black immediately comes to mind. He's a really nice guy. He didn't seem phased that he was about to go perform in front of so many people, but I knew that like he actually was.
That like 6 LAK?
Yeah, pronounced Black. Who else? Logan from Big Time Rush is a really, really cool guy. I took pictures for him at the Foundry, I believe it's called. The place above the Fillmore, I think it's called the Foundry in Philly. There's definitely more people. I'm trying to think people that I've like actually bonded with in person. I had a conversation with A$AP Rocky at Coachella. A very, very nice guy as well. He definitely thought I was bigger than I was. He doesn't know like my name or anything, but it was like a quick little conversation. He came out into the artist area at Coachella, so it was like people with the artist passes were there. Sway Lee and Blueface are very, very nice guys as well. Said good luck to Sway Lee before he performed at Rolling Loud Miami. I dabbed up Blueface at the hotel in Miami for Rolling Loud. Yeah.
So from my understanding, I mean, we've talked about places you've gone. We've listed at least like 3 or 4 different states. I mean, clearly you're very travel intensive. You know, maybe some places might be dangerous, maybe not. Like, how do your parents and family, how do they feel about what you're doing? And, you know, do you ever feel worried that you're going to go to like a dangerous place or something like
That's actually a very good question. So my family, very supportive. The first time I flew by myself was a couple years ago to North Carolina. A lot of the forever Flex Major guys, Flex Major is like our brother company, I would say. I'm very close with those guys. Are from North Carolina. So David is a guy that I work with, David Sprov. He does production for a lot of artists. I've hung out with him in Philly countless times. So they knew that like when I was first starting to travel by myself, that it was a safe, like okay environment. And as time went on, these festivals kept coming, from Coachella, Rolling Loud, Dreamville, like so many festivals, Broccoli City, there's a million festivals. So they just kind of grew into like, okay, like awesome. Like that's going to be another fun one. Like, good job.
So, I mean, I can
Yeah.
understand as a 16, 17, even an 18-year-old. I mean, it's still very scary to be traveling alone or even with friends, you know, just not having that adult around.
Yeah.
Really
My
cool.
initial, going back to like celebrities, Mark Thomas, it's Mark from, I hung out with him at Rolling Loud every day. He's a nice guy as well. But at Rolling Loud, I boarded the plane with a general admission pass, which was a little intimidating, being that the crowd at Rolling Loud is a little rough compared to other festivals. By the time I landed, I was able to get an artist pass for every single day. So there was definitely a point there where I thought like this might not be super safe for me to be in this crowd by myself all the time for 3 days straight. But as soon as the passes were corrected and they had me set up, it was fine.
I think what makes Rolling Loud more dangerous is that there's more people, or the people are more, you know, violent, or
The
like,
areas are always like close to a major city. So like Miami is not the safest city. So it's a lot of Miami people. And it's also a hip hop festival, you know what I mean? Like hip hop fans are obviously going to be more intense than like a Billie Eilish crowd. Like they're looking to
yeah,
rage, push each other around, fist fights if they have to. So like it's kind of lawless in there, you know what I mean?
I understand. So going back to the festivals, I mean, you listed Made in America, Coachella, Loud, Fly. Which one of those was your favorite, or do you have another one that I didn't list that was your favorite, just to go to in general?
So I had a deal to work with Jambalaya this year in Texas. That's a festival I was really looking forward to. I also had a deal with Electric Forest. I wanted to say Lost Lands for like a solid minute there, but Electric Forest, which is like an all like rave EDM festival. But my all-time favorite festival will probably always be Firefly.
Okay.
So,
I understand. Or, sorry, were you gonna say something?
yeah, I mean, a lot of people rip Firefly apart and
Yeah.
say that it's like there's like this notion that it's like some trashy like garbage festival, and it's really not. It's really clean, well put together. They really care about their fans and their attendees' well-being and enjoyment of the event,
Yeah.
which Made in America does not
Mhm. Made in America doesn't what? Like what?
really care about the overall enjoyment. It's just like underage drinking everywhere,
Yeah.
people doing drugs. They
Yeah.
got so much to worry about besides that it's just like it's like fun chaos inside of there. You know what I mean?
But yeah, Made in America is very crazy. I mean, I heard stories from kids that were my age that were getting the 21 and over pass. Crazy.
Yeah,
So,
it's really not hard. You just ask, or you just take one.
yeah. So I understand that you were going to have is it the first Forever Fest that you were going to have? So that unfortunately got canceled. You guys did a really good job of notifying everybody very professionally. So props to you for that. But was that like very discouraging, or did you think you could bounce back from that? Just like tell me about the
Yeah,
process.
that's another good question. So the postponement, it did hurt. And it pushed our team apart a little bit in terms of there were people that were just so annoyed that they were like, I'm not sure when I can actually come back to this. Like we put 2 years worth of thoughts into this,
Mm,
and or almost 2 years worth of thoughts into this, and now we just can't execute. There was other people like myself. Um, we waited until the literal last minute that we could to cancel, while still giving people enough time and issuing refunds for the April concert and some other stuff.
yeah.
Um, so it did absolutely hurt, but in the long run, it's not gonna tear us down from what we're gonna accomplish. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so was that your decision, your team's decision to cancel, or was it more like, Philadelphia was starting to shut down and, just sort of like they kind of forced you to shut it down? Like what the
Philadelphia was hitting ordinances on people in the actual city, all day, like every single day. Like there was new updates with it. And we realized that if we tried to pull that event off, it would not have been safe for the artists, the fans, or any of the staff. And it was just so it was a tough decision to make, but as a team
Yeah,
and based on the judgment of the way that Philly was responding to the
yeah,
situation, we did just decide to
yeah.
postpone it.
And yeah, I have a lot of respect for you guys for doing that. Just making sure, like the article said, you care about your fans, you and your team. So, it's you're you're mature for your age. Obviously, I know I'm sounding like I'm some 40-year-old guy, but very mature, very impressive, and that was just a good decision overall. So I just
Yeah,
wanted
thank you. And it'll be back at some point.
and I hope one day I can go, or
Yeah,
like that. I'm open. Once you return from Seton Hall, we can hang out some, make some content together.
yeah, for sure. As soon as you're allowed to go to um, any kind of forever production, you can just shoot me a text and we'll make sure that you're well accommodated.
Appreciate it.
Um, if there's ever a concert in Philly that you want to get involved with, like not at the Wells Fargo Center, but like any like Philly venue, you can also hit me up and I'll see what we can do in terms of passes. So,
A lot. Try to do a lot of interviews with people. Um, a lot of people have flaked on me. A lot of people with 1,000 followers or less have flaked on me, and it's kind of crazy to think that you're my first one because I had an idea that you were going to do it, but I didn't know if maybe you were going to pull through just because you're in college, you're busy, you have your whole thing. So it's kind of random. But I appreciate it.
yeah.
You're just like the
Um,
beginning of
I really wish that there was somebody that was like I have somebody at college that did it for me moving into college, but when I started like the actual work that I was doing, there was nobody there to like hold my hand or show me the way through it. So I'm happy to always discuss and cut out, any kind of lies that or stereotypes about, what the music industry is actually
I think the common, I guess, stereotype with people who are surrounded in the hip hop or rap industry is, everybody is, violent, drug addicts and, just like, I guess, trashy people. But I think like that's a stereotype that everybody kind of needs to work on because clearly, I mean, with yourself, with myself, even, um, you know, we're clearly, not like that. So definitely a
like. Yeah,
notion that we should break
definitely.
down. Yeah. So, um,
If you have like parents or anybody that thinks that, rock artists do drugs too. So like you're gonna find bad eggs in any group of people. A lot of people that put hatred or disrespect on the hip hop industry are out of touch with it. You know what I mean? So
And it seems like it's always the people who know the least about it that have the biggest opinions on it. You know,
you're right.
that
You're absolutely right.
that was a really good segue into our next question. So for my like viewing of your page, you know, I might scroll through the comments for a couple posts or something. While I was researching, I didn't really see too many like hate comments or stuff like that. So do
Really
you
not.
like receive hate comments, DMs, and what's your thought process for that? Because I actually have a pretty, you know, out of the ordinary process.
It's happened. It has happened indeed. I'm gonna take my daily vitamins real fast too. It has happened in the past for sure. I have gotten some hateful messages. It's easy to get caught up in that stuff, way easier than you would think. So the thing that I try to do is I'll reply, but I'm not gonna ever argue with somebody. You know what I mean? Like if somebody doesn't like me or what I do, they don't have to follow me or look at my page ever.
Exactly.
And that's just something that I always remember. Like if somebody really has a problem with you that much, they've got some kind of deeper issue going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and just so you know, in case something cuts out, the maximum on Zoom is 45 minutes, so I might have to create a new Zoom, just so you know, if you're okay with that, if you have enough time.
Sure.
Just want to let you know in case in a couple minutes. But anyway, to kind of relate to that, you know, I do music, obviously. I don't know if you've heard any of it or, you know, seen my stuff. But, you know, I've had people make diss tracks on me and stuff. And for some reason, I just like something in me was just like, you know, never listened to it. I just like, I still haven't listened to it to this day. And I think that's just because, you know, I was talking to my mom about it and she said, when people know that you're like, when you show people that they don't care, that you don't care about what's going on, then that's when you hold all the power. And I think it's, you know, it's almost funny when you think of how much time and effort these kids put into it, you know, I mean, even to just put the song together, to write the lyrics, do the research, to get the pictures for the thumbnail of my Instagram page. It's just like funny to see how hard they work. And then for them to not get a reaction out of me, it's just, you know, it's funny. And it makes me feel good because, you know, it's hate.
People like that better just be doing music for fun because there's no kind of long-term growth in that nonsense. You know what I mean? Those will always be people that are stuck down here, like stuck. There's no way that you're going to ascend by bringing other people down. You know what I mean? I've gotten kids all the time. A couple kids in my high school certainly didn't like the concert idea, the festival idea. I had a ton of kids that said that it was stupid, that our lineup sucked and that we're not going to bring anybody out. And we sold out the last concert before COVID. So
I've always noticed that one thing that they all have in common is that they just have like that simple mindset, you know, that, I mean, I've never had the idea, like, I've never been like, I want to do a 9 to 5 job and just live like that for the rest of my life. And I'm sure you have a similar mindset. I've always just wanted to like go for my goals bigger than myself. And I just don't understand how people could ever deal with a 9 to 5 life, spending 40 years in a cubicle. I mean, I'd rather spend that time, you know, chasing my dreams and stuff. So at least I have a good time while doing it. So
it's a good mindset to have while you're young, and something to realize that while we're both young, actually. So yeah, definitely.
So what is like your favorite part overall about just, you know, everything that you do as far as forever and all that stuff? Is there anything that you find fun doing or any emotion and something like that that you find enjoyable or something that you really enjoy?
Something small that's really special to me is when people show me that they use my photos as their background. Or when people tell me that they enjoy the videos that I create.
Yeah.
Or when they see a photo of Tyler, the creator, or whoever, Zed, whatever.
Yeah.
And they comment like, this is insane. Like, you're insane. Like, I can't believe you were able to do this. it's a reminder that like I really am blessed and fortunate to be able to do this. And um,
Yeah.
college has been almost, for the most part, almost entirely all ups, all positives, but there has been one or two negatives. And seeing that badge appear yesterday morning really, really made me feel good. It still does now. I mean, it's been like a day. So
I mean, I think I shot you a DM. What was it? I don't know if you can remember what when it was. 6 months ago, 4 months ago, something like that.
something like that.
I mean, that was just because I already, I like your content, and I hope that made you feel good. I've always been the person who's just like, I don't know why, it's just like this thing that I do. I always, even if it's a smaller person, I'll just say, I like your content, stuff like that, But
I don't make somebody's day.
yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, I try my best to respond to every single DM that I get. A lot of people ask for handouts, which usually, honestly, does not get much of a response.
Yeah.
Packages?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't that
We need
certain.
stuff from the store later. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right though.
Yeah, it does make someone's day definitely, and it can lift them out of a dark spot, if you just say the smallest thing. So you have mentioned the badge a couple times, which is absolutely incredible. Congrats to you. So I understand obviously that's an amazing accomplishment. It obviously puts a lot more credit to your name, but I feel like so like I guess my question is it more the idea of like seeing the badge on that Instagram and for all the people who doubted you, proving you wrong, or do you think it's more like the journey you took to get there, that like everything that went into getting the badge, like the journey more than the destination? It's the real question.
Yeah, I'm not much of an in your face type of person.
Very humble with your
Like even
accomplishments.
I try my absolute best. Like even when kids would doubt the concerts, we would post videos and pictures of a sold out venue of people packed next to each other, which it's always awesome. It's a good feeling. I have a friend, shout out to John Smith. He's got the world's most generic name, and people that listen to this are going to be like, that is not a real person, but it literally is. And I'll actually shout out his Instagram because he deserves it. Oh, he actually sent me a TikTok too. It is John Smith 28 _. So
sure to check him out.
Yeah, so definitely worth it. He's like an absolute brother to me, and something that he really pointed out is he knows how long I've been working for something like that. It's literally just it's another reminder that I'm on the right path. You know what I mean? So that's really that's what it's what it's best for.
Yeah.
And if kids that don't like me or didn't like me or don't like what I do see it, then they'll probably not like me anymore just because of it. But it's whatever.
Or there's going to be those people who are like, "Oh, I always supported you. I was just joking around, Like I was just joking when I said I didn't like your content." That's
definitely.
happened. I'm sure it's happened to you too. But yeah, that's really awesome. And so yeah, it's a really big accomplishment.
Thank you. Thank you. It's like still when I open up my phone and just see that there, and when I switch to Forever's account and go on my own account and just look at it, it's a really good feeling.
Yeah. So I know you did say you were verified on TikTok as well. This is just a quick question. But does that hold like as much meaning for you on TikTok, or do you think that was easier to get on TikTok?
It's like worthless on TikTok, especially because of the fact that it's about to be like banned. I don't make TikToks. I don't really care about TikTok.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's cool to have there. I mean, it's cool to make comments and see a badge next to the name.
So I do make TikToks. I don't know. You probably haven't seen my page, but I mean, I'm at 4,000 followers right now. That's something I definitely want to grow. So, I mean, from TikTok, I mean, it's really all about luck because I've seen, kids who accidentally take their parents' phones who have 100,000 followers. So, I was wondering if you had any advice as far as growing on that because I mean, I post like 5 to 10 times a day. I have over 500 videos. I only have like 1 or 2 viral videos.
So consistency, I mean, I'm not big on TikTok, but just as a whole, like for social media as a whole, a good rule of thumb is that consistency is always key and content is king. Consistency is key and content is king. Post a lot if you can. It sounds hypocritical because I don't always post a lot. By the way, these chairs that I'm in suck. They're like rocking chairs, but like if I lean back too far, it feels like I'm gonna fall backwards.
Yeah.
Consistency is king. Post a lot. You just say that you post a lot. The more that you post, the higher of a chance you'll have to go viral.
You follow, I know there's the insights page for Instagram. There's an analytics page for Instagram. I watch a lot of YouTube videos about TikTok and it says to only post a few amounts of times. Do you ever follow that stuff for Instagram? Say your followers are on most at 3 p.m. Do you do that or do you just post whenever you feel like it or however much you feel like it? Because, yeah.
I don't really listen to the time frame when it says my followers are active. I don't want to ever be bunkered down to something. I'm just not like an idiot about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's been times where I finished editing a video at like 1, 2 in the morning, and I'm not going to post it then, obviously. I'll wait till like beginning or like ending of a day, like 9, 10, 11 in the morning, 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon.
Absolutely.
So yeah, just kind of no real consistency in the time that I post. It's just kind of whenever I get a second, I guess.
And so I assume you'd agree with me on the statement that getting Instagram followers is so much harder than any other social media. Maybe not Twitter, but it's hard. So,
yeah, getting people to follow you on Twitter is pretty tough. I don't really use Twitter or care about Twitter.
Yeah.
I think growing on YouTube has got to be the hardest stuff. It's not really something I've ever put my mind to. However, what was I going to say? Instagram is tough. Instagram is really tough. And the thing is, people will do this with your Instagram. They'll open it up, they'll go to your page, they'll look at it, and the only thing that you see on your page is the first like 6 photos.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, like, someone's about to get okay, Lil Uzi is about to, oh look, he's got a virtual concert tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Yeah. Nice.
Anyway, for the example, like when I open up his page, like I only see the first 9 posts. So if I look at someone's page after clicking on it, and and I see that their content sucks, I'm not going to follow them, which is why it's really important.
Yeah.
Really important that your content's good.
Yeah. I mean, your account is only as good as your last 6 or 9 posts, So
exactly. You're right.
So do you have any advice for people who would want to go into your type of, I guess, I wouldn't call it, well, yeah, I'll call it a career path, I guess, is if you want to consider it that. Do you have any advice for people to grow on that? Because, I mean, I've always been interested in, like, video editing and stuff like that and shooting and stuff, but,
After COVID's over, go to any show that you can. If your family, like, I know that my mom is friends with like some like local like band in the area, like go to anything you can where you can take photos, build up a portfolio of a good amount of content to a point that you can send that content to companies and venues and artist management, and eventually maybe have a chance of working with their artists. Offer to film music videos for free. Maybe if you have friends that do it, try to get the own creative direction in your own videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do anything that you can to make high quality content.
So, obviously, going back with that, with Instagram and the followers and everything. So you're at what, 131? Is that right? 131K?
Yeah, I used to be at 133, but people are not big fans of the no festival stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm actually soaring back up now with the thing
Yeah.
on there now.
I think it's, what they're doing is kind of disrespectful in the sense that, what other choice did you have? Yeah, it was almost like you were in like a catch-22. I hope I'm using that right. But like, if you didn't throw it, everybody was going to be mad. But if you did throw it, people would be mad that, you might spread COVID and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm sure you don't already worry about it, but just don't worry about that. So, and with that, I mean, you just got the verification badge. So do people treat you any differently because of that verification? And I guess you can't really answer for the verification just because you got it, but with the growing on Instagram, I mean, you don't know most 17, 18-year-olds who are in high school who have 130K. So do you have
My
any?
friends mess with me about the badge already.
Yeah.
They do like the fake royalty thing. There's a lot of fake people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fake people that want the clicks, likes, and follows, that type of thing. But for the most part, I wouldn't say that it changes anything too much. I mean, a lot of people are like have congratulated me in person here. Like if I walk outside, like
Yeah.
there's an okay chance that I'll see somebody who will congratulate me, and that feels really good. It feels like my hard work is worth it.
Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, it seems like you have like a really close group of friends and just like a team with forever, which I think is really important. Because I'm in that stage in high school where I'm still trying to, figure out who's the real friends, who's the, I don't know, I guess fake friends. Because I mean,
High school can be tough.
I,
I know that.
last September, the kid who did all my thumbnails and helped me with my videos and all that stuff told me I had no future. So,
He told you
but
what?
he just said, I have no real friends, no real future because I mean, my rap name's Big Tasty. I make clean rap music in the suburbs. So, obviously, people can take myself as a joke. And so, yeah, I mean, that stuff kind of hurts. But I'm kind of going off on a ramble. But yeah, that's, one of
You
the,
should ask my little brother for some advice too.
yeah, I was
That's
actually
how
going
he
to make a
does
song.
it because he's in a similar situation as you.
Yeah, we were going to make a song together. Still working that out. So hopefully
Cool.
we get that through. He's a nice guy.
Yes.
But yeah. Is he your only sibling?
I have an older sister as well, named Sienna.
Yeah. All right. That's cool. Is she into like the music and stuff like that? I know Alex is obviously heavily into it.
So my parents aren't huge hip hop fans. They like it when we play it. They support me and my brother so much. It's absolutely insane. My sister's into like fashion, like marketing, that type of thing. She goes to school at Drexel now.
Okay.
So that's more her path. But I feel like there could be a point where my sister and I work together for sure.
That could be amazing. Definitely. I mean, it's my dream. No, my little sister, I mean, she's already into fashion. My little brother's a really smart kid. He's actually in my math class this year, which is kind of embarrassing, but but yeah, hopefully we can work together one day. As
Yeah,
a
for sure.
couple.
For sure.
So, I mean, you're obviously always heavily influenced by the hip hop industry and stuff like that. Did you ever think about making music yourself?
Zero desire. Personally, that's just not for me. I really like my position in the business aspect of music. There's no chance I would ever make music of my own, though. It's just not really my thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I have a studio at my home. Not the best, but I work with what I have. So, I mean, if you ever want to record, let me know. You don't even have to post it.
Yeah,
It's super fun. You know what I mean?
yeah. There's nothing wrong with like messing around, trying
Yeah,
some freestyles
definitely.
with friends and whatnot. But I like that's just not really my thing. But I very much do appreciate the that offer though. It's very nice.
Absolutely. I mean, I used to want to do rap as like a career, but I've been backing off lately because I think it kind of, um, it makes it difficult to, be closer to people. So I kind of just do it, more for fun, but I still take it very seriously. And yeah, so I think, um, I think for me, the way that like I express my feelings in music and stuff, and I think it's the same way for you in videos. So I think everybody just like has their different passion that they express themselves in, whether that's art, music, whatever. So I understand that like that's your passion, like that evokes emotion from you. So, yeah,
My AirPods just died.
yeah. I hope that made sense.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. So I hope
Okay,
what I
good.
said made sense. Yeah,
No, finding that thing that you're passionate about might take a really long time. I was happy to figure it out so early.
yeah, definitely. So I know you just got out of high school, but when you were in the beginning stages of Forever and even the more serious stages, was there times when you were, skipping parties and school events to work on your company, or like was it always that serious from the jump, or did you still want to have that high school experience?
I think it was really important for me to also have a big high school experience. Yeah. Um, so my friends, my like core friends, were always very supportive of it and understanding. There was a lot of times where, especially with the festival, weeks worth of time where school was just not really a priority, especially come my senior year. And even the end of my junior year, it was just like there was so much more important things. As Forever was starting to grow and we got it registered as an LLC, we were like, okay, this is getting big, so I need to put more focus in it.
Definitely. I'm not going to go like too deep into numbers or anything, but do you think that this is like, I guess, do you think it's like a career that you could live off of at this point in your life as an 18-year-old? Do you think this is a career that you could live comfortably off of?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have very many expenses outside of my school expenses, obviously. So like it's I sell out of every single collection that I drop, which is like the absolute best feeling in the world. It's a lot of work to have those shirts produced and manufactured, sent here, stock them in the store properly, get pictures of models wearing them. It's a lot. So I'm gonna work on another collection probably tomorrow, honestly. Maybe one design tonight, but it's just, oh my god, it's a lot of work, but the turnaround's pretty good.
Yeah, that absolutely.
On the shirts are pretty good too.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love to help out. If you need models, input, whatever. I think I want to get one of the shirts eventually, but right now, like I'm trying to get into stocks and stuff. So money isn't always the easiest thing to come by.
Definitely,
But
definitely,
yeah,
I understand.
but yeah. So I guess this is more of like a negative question, but was there ever a time where you almost caught yourself like feeling like an absolute celebrity and kind of just like being arrogant? And I mean, it can even just be a simple no, like
I don't know how a celebrity would feel, but there's never ever been a point where I'm like, I'm better than this person because I've done this or that. Ever.
Yeah.
I feel no different than an average person.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a little bit of a confidence booster with the badge, but what is that noise, dude? Someone like sweeping the roof over there. But it's never changed the way that I think or act at all. So, yeah.
And I think obviously the numbers that you have is incredible, but I was never one to like dwell on like numbers and materials and stuff. I mean, I think it's really cool that it's like a win-win for you because you clearly enjoy what you do, and I have a feeling that even if you had 0 followers, you would still do it. But I mean, the fact that you have like such a passion for it and you're getting followers, making a business out of it, I think that's really awesome for you.
Yeah, it's I would still do it with 0 followers right now. I love it. I love it so much. I wish that events could still be happening.
Yeah. So I guess going back to that, like, did you ever have like an encounter with somebody who was just like, huh, how am I gonna word this? That was just like an absolute hater, like just like out of nowhere. I just always been interested in this kind of stuff.
Not in person. Definitely not in person, but there have been like kids that have messaged me like negative things. Sure. it just really doesn't bother me, honestly, because you can just block somebody in 2 seconds, and I just move on with my day. It's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, your haters are the only people that think they're better or you're better than them. So, yeah.
I don't know. Nobody under you that's less than you will ever be jealous or hate. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's, or nobody above you, I mean.
Yeah.
Nobody that's, I said that. Nobody who's doing more than you and is working hard and really accomplishing things is ever going to look down and hate on you.
Yeah. I'm going to go get my charger. I'm going to transfer to another room. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying 100%. You know, and it's really important to just focus on the good people, the people that have been supporting you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this guy's tough as hell.
What?
Sean Kelly just said, yo, can I send you some jerseys?
Sean Kelly. Who's that?
He's the founder of @Jersey Champs on Instagram.
Oh, wow. It's pretty awesome. Whenever you want to get back into the interview, let me know.
All right. As long as you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Jersey Champs. That is. All right. So, have you ever had like a celebrity that like slid into your DMs or something like that, where you're just like, whoa, like, why is this person?
No. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't say any like A-list celebrities. No. I've had countless DM conversations that I've started with celebrities. But yeah, I mean, I guess that guy counts right there. He's got like 2 million followers.
Oh, wow. Dang.
And his brand also has like 2 million followers.
So you started Forever as just a clothing brand, right? At the beginning. So did you ever think that it would morph into this huge thing that's just so much more? I mean, it's almost like a lifestyle, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's owning Forever and making it has absolutely changed my life. And it's so weird to look back now and think of where it started and what it was like at the beginning versus what it's like now. You know what I mean?
Remember, like, when you just started, you just even had the idea for it, when, like, anything like that? Or any time where you told somebody for the first time?
Yeah. I recall our old designs, the old Forever designs. I think back on those a lot. I think about the very first sticker. The very first Forever sticker is still on this laptop.
Oh, wow, really?
So yeah, it's been
That's awesome.
It's been a long time. It's a long time coming to this.
Yeah. So, like, what are the future plans for Forever and just for you in general, as far as short term, long term? Where do you see yourself in 20 years, 10 years, 1 year?
20 years, I want Forever Fest in a lot of different states. We want to move to Arizona with Forever, not like move to Arizona, but we want there to be a Forever Fest in Arizona. We want there to be one in North Carolina. We want there to be one in Pennsylvania and New York. I want to be the cause of an artist being one of the biggest artists in the world. Like, I want to be that person's grow up. I would like to hit 1 million followers at some day.
Coming sooner than you think.
Sorry?
Coming sooner than you think.
That would be awesome. And yeah, some of the short-term goals, I guess they're like medium-term goals. Get through college, do well in my college math classes because I'm not very good at math.
Same.
Yeah.
Studying at Seton Hall.
Sorry?
What are you studying?
Business. So
And
it's a good feedback for forever.
when you get out of college, are you trying to get a job in business, or are you trying to go back to forever and then put your business knowledge to helping grow the company? Is that like what you're doing?
I think if I get a job, it'll be with I would try to get a job with a major label like Atlantic Records or Sony Music again. And if that was not the case, then I'm just going to try to push forever as far as I can, and see how that goes.
Could you just like explain more like how a record label would need are you going to be hired as the videographer for say Atlantic Music, or like how does that work with getting
Like Atlantic Records, they have like artist relation people, like human resources people, which is not something I'm interested in. The producers, engineers, camera guys. There's so many different jobs there. I'd be okay with a select few. I would like to either film with Atlantic Records and their artists, be an editor for Atlantic Records or their artists, or just straight up manage like talent there, like actually just manage artists.
So for Sony, did you reach out to them or did they reach out to you? What was the
They reached out to me because I was put in connection with them through Malik.
Oh, okay. Oh, duh.
Ellen.
So this is random, but are you doing anything with like Neeks, Strizzy, any artists from like around here?
Yeah, I involve them heavily in our shows when we have shows.
Yeah,
they're really nice guys. I'm a big fan of Drizzy. Really do like his music. So
yeah.
I think he's got some talent. But my favorite artist that I work with is an artist called Sprout. Sprout is so talented.
Yeah.
Big shout out to you, Sprout, if you end up seeing this. He's got he's got a really unique voice and style, which I've never seen before.
Yeah. It's the craziest thing. The way I found out about you, actually, I was sitting in speech class at my high school. I was in class with Drizzy, and I was looking through his comments, and I saw that you commented on one of them, and I was like, how did you get this guy on your Instagram? And, I looked through your content and, followed you and, let to hear. So,
What did he say?
he just said that he met you at a party and you guys were talking about his music, if I remember correctly. It was a year or two ago.
I actually forgot how I met him. Yes, we did meet at a party. And the one thing I remember about that party, I'm still friends with the girl. Her ceiling in her basement is so short. So, yeah.
But yeah, I hope one day, be in a show, whether that's sooner or later.
Sure.
Obviously, I gotta grow. Sorry?
Once we can actually get things back on the road, then definitely.
But yeah, it's definitely hard to get opportunities as like a clean rapper from the suburbs of Philadelphia, but I'm willing to put the work in. So
are you not allowed to use profanity in your music?
And the more that went on, I kind of embraced it, and I saw it as like an obstacle, but it kind of adds like a fun challenge to it. It's so easy to rhyme, it with anything. I mean, you can use curses to take the easy way out, rhyming and stuff like that. So,
Definitely, you're right.
Yeah. So, have you ever listened to my music by any chance? It doesn't. I don't care if you have. I really don't. It's not gonna make me feel bad.
Have you? I think you sent me a link before, and I did. I get sent a lot of links to music, so I always do my best to listen to them. But sometimes it does get out of hand. So if you want to send me more of it, that'd be awesome.
Definitely, yeah. Trying to hold up. Let me pull up your Instagram real quick. So crazy, like even for me, it's kind of surreal to see like I'm on the phone with a person who is verified. That's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I have to work like, it's crazy. And I appreciate you like treating me like just a normal person, not even as a fan, which, obviously I am, but I really,
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, man.
it's always awesome to see successful people who are actually, kind to their fans and stuff like that. So,
Thank you. Well, listen, I've got to actually run out of my dorm right now. My nice little pirate mask here. So I will catch up with you later at a date. Please send me some of the links to your music. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the interview. I kind of just rambled on, but I really appreciate it, and thank you for your time. Sorry if I held you for too long.
No, you're all good. If you ever want a part 2 or something, you can just let me know.
So can't wait to work with
Awesome.
you. Or hopefully meet up soon when you get back from Seton Hall, but I will talk to you soon, text you soon. I really appreciate it.
Definitely. All right, we'll talk soon, man. See ya.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem, man. See ya.